What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Couples Coverage. You're already giggling. It's going to be a great episode. This is episode 19. I'm joined by my beautiful and amazing co-host, Stephanie Bonse. What are you laughing about?
I don't know what it is. I think it's like your comfy look. I don't think you've ever done the podcast with your glasses and your little hair.
Yeah, I'm sporting like a, I don't know if this is preppy looking. That's what someone said at, I think it was someone at Hallis Hall was saying, yeah, I don't know if I'm digging this look. Growing out the hair, it's not going to look like this, but this is what I can do for now. I usually have been rocking a hat, so
I think that's what it is. I think
Yeah.
I'm just used to seeing you in a hat. Because even when we went out to dinner and it was the first time you styled it differently, I just kept like laughing. But not that it looked
Yeah.
bad. It
It
was
looked
just
weird.
funny because it just hadn't seen your hair in so long.
Yeah, it was, we're working on something here, but
Just trying something new.
trying something new, growing out the hair, but
And you just need to make an eyeglass appointment. Or you did make an appointment.
yep, I'm going to the eye doctor on Friday, get some new contacts, new glasses, getting everything, a whole new look for 2024. And we're going to be talking about New Year's and a little bit of Christmas here in this episode, holiday themes, and happy holidays to everybody. Hope you had a great time with family, friends, and if you went to holiday parties. I know we talked about that on episode 18.
Yeah, that was the beginning of December. I think we were
Yep.
just starting to do some holiday stuff. So it's crazy. We're already at the end of December. Trying to hang on. I've been so bad. I got this, the calendar that I have. It was kind of like I don't know if it's an advent calendar. It's just like a December countdown. But I've gotten so bad because these days have just been flying at moving it and keeping up with each date.
Yeah, and you only have a couple more days to keep moving. Like, it's this little string that has, what's on it?
It's like a little wreath.
A wreath? Okay. Well, you just move it for each day that, passes in December. But, yeah, we're still in the holiday theme. We still have our Christmas tree up. I already saw people take them all down. All the Christmas decorations are down. And, look, I get it if you do that. I like kind of seeing our Christmas tree up still a little bit, and we're recording this on December 26th, a day after Christmas, so I'm good with seeing the Christmas tree and our decorations still around the apartment.
Let us know what kind of people you are. If you like to just take everything down as soon as, the holidays pass, or do you like to keep it up and just
There is like a limit,
prolong
though.
it.
I mean, you can't, I don't know, you shouldn't have any Christmas decorations going into Valentine, like in early February, right? They should all be put away.
Yeah. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
your
true,
house,
yeah.
your rules.
Yeah.
But I will say that's probably pushing it for me. If anything, like mid-January, I'm good. I still want to keep it up. You know why? Especially because we haven't gotten any snow.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I at least want to keep the stuff up until there's snow.
You know what? Speaking of people keeping up their decorations too long, I don't know where I was driving, but they still had a skeleton out there. And I think they
gosh.
put like a Santa hat on it. I'm like,
Okay,
okay,
that
you're
works.
holding on and you're trying to move on to it. You got to pick and choose. But yeah, that was kind of funny to see.
So some people like the spooky Christmas stuff because I know, isn't Krampus a thing?
Yeah, whatever. That
I forget
don't
which
even know what
culture
that
that's from, but I know Krampus is a thing, and people like to watch like scary holiday movies or scary Christmas movies. So
hey, whatever floats your boat.
whatever floats your boat. But yeah, so we're gonna kind of be talking about. Actually, you know what? We're gonna tell you guys the worst New Year's we've ever had.
Okay, so it was a fun New Year's, but it ended, I think, on just a really crappy way to go into the I think going into 20.
It was foreshadowing 2020 because it was
Oh.
going into that year.
Okay, yeah.
But before we get into all of that, we do want to kind of like recap the last couple of days, right? And talk a little bit more about the holidays and like traditions that we have. So do you want to get started?
Yeah, so for me, Christmas Eve is like our big day to get with family and kind of celebrate, hang out, and just kind of see family and friends and things like that. But I was working on this Christmas Eve, so I didn't get a chance to go and kind of hang out with my family. We got to spend time with them a little bit later in the night. But usually on a Christmas Eve, what it'll look like, we'll go to my aunt's house in Kenosha. We'll kind of hang out. A Christmas story will be on the television. We'll just eat food. There's going to be a couple of games. So we'll still play Risk. And I think I talked about that for a Thanksgiving episode. We always play Risk. whoever wins the title of that Thanksgiving Day has to defend their title, usually on Christmas Eve. But because we didn't have enough people, my brother, who won on Thanksgiving, gets to hold the championship belt for a little bit longer.
And it's official. There's actually a belt.
Yeah, and I think the name gets on there somehow or some way. I didn't win, so I wouldn't know, but I think that's what we're doing. But we also have been doing for the last couple of years, like what is it? Is it saran wrap?
Yes, I don't know.
It's like a ball.
It's a ball. It's called isn't it just like the saran wrap game?
Yeah. And so it's a ball of saran wrap, and I think this has been going around social media too. But within this giant ball, it's like layers, right? And there are like prizes in each layer. But the thing is, you have to unwrap it with some kind of mittens. I've seen people, they're also blindfolded too, and they're unwrapping with mittens. And it's really tough to get a grasp of this thing. But, there's some good prizes, and you were a winner of last year.
No, 2 years. Was it 2 years ago?
I think, was it 2 years or last year? Whatever year it was. What did you end up winning?
I think I won $120.
$120. So you're just unwrapping and stuff's falling out. And wait, you have to roll a dice, right?
You have to get doubles before so you want the person next to you to take as long as possible to get doubles, because you want to keep unwrapping it, Yeah. And once they get doubles, then you have to pass it to them, and like so on and so forth.
And it goes around a circle. We're all like around the table passing it over, and as soon as you pass it over, the person, if they roll a doubles on the very first roll and you don't even get to start unwrapping, you have to pass it over. So there have been close calls where you think you're about to have that $100 or that $100 bill. You could see it, and then someone rolls a double and you got to pass it over. But that's what we like to do on Christmas Eve.
I'm getting excited talking about it.
I know, and we didn't even get a chance to really do it this year. Yeah, so again, we just get together with family, eat a bunch of food, drink some good drinks, have Christmas music, the TV on, and play a couple games. But that's kind of what we do at our household.
Yeah, so we kind of have a similar tradition in that way, where it's like the 24th is always the day that I've looked forward to growing up, and Christmas Day is very, very chill. But Christmas Eve, like, family gets together, we have the food, we have games, and it varies like year by year what kind of games we play. Mm-hmm. Like, normally we play Loteria, will be out, and there'll be prizes, or you'll play for money. And that's the one that everyone kind of joins in on. And then sometimes we'll have like card games that just the cousins will play. We used to love playing Heads Up. I know I've talked about that one before. It was always a very popular game with all my cousins. And I know at one Christmas we had like all our aunts and family, like our like older family members, playing Flip Cup, which was hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't even know that they, like, if they knew this was like a popular drinking game. To them, it was just like the idea of getting
flipping the cup.
Yeah, flipping the cup. So it was so funny just watching everyone do that. But yeah, this year was again a little bit different because we weren't sure what time you'd get out of work. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't join my family just because I was hoping we could either show up to either like both of ours at some point or just yours, depending on like what time you got back. So yeah, we got to see your family for a little bit. But then for us, we open up gifts the next morning. Mm-hmm. So Christmas Day, wake up super early. We used to wake up super, super early. Like I guess when you're younger, you're just eager to wake up. And so we could be up by like 5 opening gifts. My parents have like coffee and stuff. And we're just all like going around opening gifts. Also, do you guys just open up your gifts all together at the same time? Or do you guys go one by one? Or how does that work for you?
So when we were younger, I think we're all opening up gifts like simultaneously, just at the same time. And then maybe like my parents would be like, "Oh, Nick, you should open this one." And then maybe they'll kind of direct us a little bit, but so we used to open them up on Christmas Day when we were younger. As we got older, as soon as we got back from my aunt's Christmas party, we were opening up gifts that Christmas Eve, that night.
You're very impatient when it comes to gifts because he's been trying to convince me to open my gift that he got me for like days before Christmas. So it's just kind of funny, and I have to keep telling you, no, I'm going to wait.
I almost got you, I feel like.
No, I was just bluffing. I was trying to like I was bluffing. I wasn't gonna open it.
I wasn't even. I mean, of course, I was excited for my gifts, but I don't know why I was so excited for you to open up yours.
I know.
And
you're so cute.
I don't know. I was trying to get you, but I didn't.
Yeah. Well, we did. We opened it on the 23rd.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we were
did.
a little early.
And
it
we
was
were
just
gonna
us
say,
two.
Yeah. We were thinking because, like I said, we get together with family on the 24th. And then the 25th is still a lot of family time.
Mm-hmm.
So we
and
were
you were
thinking,
with your parents. I was with mine, and then we met up later.
Yeah, but I was thinking like maybe that could be our little tradition since it'll just be like us before all the family time is like we can open up our gifts on the 23rd.
I do like that. That's
it's
we
cute,
get to
right?
get our gifts a couple days early. I like that idea.
Yeah. But yeah, so for us we do, like I said, gifts in the morning, and we have a system. Like no one's opening up gifts together. Unless it's a joint gift, you know, but we're taking turns. That's why it's like a 2-hour process.
Oh my goodness.
And I love it because it just prolongs the whole thing. It feels so festive. Recently, we started going to my brother's house for Christmas. So we'll all get together there. We'll like separate the gifts. So everyone will get their little pile of gifts, even the doggies. The doggies will all get their little piles.
Cute.
And we just go one by one. We usually do like oldest to youngest or youngest to oldest. And we'll literally just go around. And it's like a little haul. You're showing everyone what you got.
Ooh, look at this.
And you only open one at a time. So once you open one, then the next
Even if
person.
it's like a tiny little one?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Stocking stuffers, we'll open those together.
Okay.
Sometimes. But like other gifts, we're just going to all take turns.
Well, that's
I
cool.
love it.
That's like a nice like moment where everyone's just kind of, again, giving their attention to that specific individual who's opening up gifts. And I think that's nice that you guys do that. We're kind of just like animals, like just tearing them apart. Like, oh, this is what I got. Oh, look at this. Open up this. I was like, Dad, you got to open up this gift I got you. It's like these comfortable pair of pants, but I just kept telling him to open it. And he didn't do it right when I said it. And then I'm like, Dad, before we keep opening up everything. You got to open up these pants. And I'm like, so try them on. And so it was like, I don't know. There's no system, but eventually everything gets opened up.
Yeah. See, I just like being able to see everyone's expressions, like when they're opening up their gifts and just seeing their reactions to it. But yeah, especially, oh my gosh, I was so excited. I'm going to insert right here. We're going to insert a picture. My brother and his fiance love King of the Hill. And so my sister was able to like animate them in like King of the Hill form with their 2 dogs. And we're just going to insert that here because it needs a shout out. And I just couldn't wait.
Gift.
We had them open it first. Like, okay, you guys need to open this. Get out of the way because I'm so excited for them to see what it is.
That was a really thoughtful and really cool gift from your sister. The person who was most excited on Christmas Christmas Eve for us was little Brady boy.
Was he?
Yeah, he was jumping and going crazy. He got like this little squeaker ball and squeaker bone like thing. And once he got it, this dude was just jumping up and down. He was flinging it to us, and he kept on. I think because he opened up a gift here at the apartment and learned that maybe inside this wrapping paper is something cool for me. He almost was doing that, and just, you know how he can be really curious with bags. He was sticking his little nose, little head and everything. And then once he opened up that, he got super excited and was like wanting everyone to go throw him the ball that squeaked and everything. But he loved it. He's
cute.
I think he's going to learn now every Christmas, like, oh, there's going to be something for me because everybody gets the dogs, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually funny seeing how big their piles are of just toys because it feels like you're getting a gift for a kid. Like, I can't wait for them to see this. And you just get so excited for them.
You know what? I'm going to insert the picture of me. What my parents got me was the picture of Brady, a shirt, and I think it says "Life's Better with Brady."
Your dad sent that to me. It was really cute because he sent it to me, a picture of you like with the shirt on or like holding it up, and it said "Life's Better with Brady," and then he like messaged me and said, "You too."
Oh,
like,
cute. Well, it was a really thoughtful gift, but those dogs, so they get everything, especially this time of year.
Spoiled boys and girls.
Oh
my gosh. Also, I'm going to insert a picture here of my mom's, or like our family, like doodle, because she fell asleep with all her toys.
Oh, that was adorable. Yes.
We're gonna insert lots of pictures in this video. But yeah, very, very cute. And it was kind of funny because like we had to spend, after Christmas Eve, he dropped me off at my parents' house. and then he went to his parents' house, and we both slept in our like homes again, and it was just funny because you dropping me off at night was cracking me up. Like, this feels like old times,
reminiscent of when we first started dating, and I would pick you up, drop you off at your parents' house, usually late at night, and dropping you off late at night again, and then then saying goodnight to each other, texting each other goodnight. Texting goodnight. That was a throwback there. And and back in my old room, it's all different. It's like almost gives me Airbnb vibes a little bit, how my parents like switched it up. Airbnb. I'm like, whoa, where's this used to be my room, my like a little office and everything, and now it's just a spare bed for me to sleep in.
You were a guest in your own room. Yeah. How does it feel actually to be a guest in your old bedroom?
I felt no different, honestly. It looked different, but I'm like, all right, this is still my room. I still know. I mean, like, yeah, it didn't feel any different for me. Like,
see, because when I go home, my youngest sister ended up taking my room. So every time I go, I just love to like peek in there. I'm like, this was my room before. And shout out to Valerie because she kept it way cleaner than I ever did. And so I'm like, dang, this room was bigger than I thought. Like, she's able to have it like really organized and neat. And so it just looks bigger than what it looked like for me.
That room was definitely cleaner for me when I went in there, for sure.
Oh,
just
yeah.
looking at everything. Oh, this looks good.
Clean. It looks so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, your room looks so big. But yeah. Good times.
Good, Christmas Eve, Christmas, and hopefully everyone, had a good holidays if you celebrate. But we're gonna transition now to what we were talking about earlier, right?
Worst New Year ever. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. But before we get to that, you have to tell everybody about OWYN, which stands for Only What You Need. If you want 100% plant-based, non-GMOs, and just honestly has ingredients that it's going to be good for you, you have to check out OWYN. Right here I have the 32-gram protein shake, the chocolate flavor, which is one of the all-time goats. You can check out this one and several other kinds of delicious and amazing flavors that are good for you at liveowyn.com. And if you're just stocking up your cart there, you can actually use the code couples15 at checkout, and you save 15% off your first purchase. They have these pre-made shakes, they have the powders, they have ones that have caffeine in them, but also the protein, like whatever you're looking for. And if you're especially looking for something new to start the new year with, definitely check out OWYN. Again, it stands for Only What You Need, and use the code couples15 at checkout to save 15% off your first purchase.
Thanks, OWYN. Okay.
If you're ready, I mean, okay, we're building this up,
but we're gonna give details.
You have to give,
we're gonna really paint it out for you.
Okay, and I think you're better at this right now than me because I just remember.
No, don't spoil it.
The end. The end of New Year.
Okay, so like we said, this was our first year together. 2019 was our.
I thought it was going into 2022.
Yeah, going into 2022. So this was still 2019, our first year that we met.
Okay.
So, does that make sense?
2019, that would be going into 2020.
Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Oops.
Stay on your side over there. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? This is 2021 going into 2022.
The trauma's getting to me. No, okay, sorry. Yes. 2019 going into
2021 going into 2022.
No, babe, this was going into 2020. This is right before quarantine.
Oh gosh, now I'm off. 2022 was last year.
Yes. Maybe I was right this whole time. We're going to rewind this and see who was right.
Yeah, throw back. We're going to watch the tape. Okay, you're right the first time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I almost got you though. Even though I thought
I was just like thinking I was saying something and actually not. But okay. Anyways, like I said, foreshadowing into 2020 before everything just like completely shut down. Mm-hmm. So this particular year, we were planning to do one of those big. It
was an Airbnb, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an Airbnb, but we had gotten one of those New Year's Eve packages that you get in the city. So one of those big New Year's Eve parties. Oh, yeah. I don't remember what exactly the place was anymore.
Old Crow. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Went
If
to
if you're around the city, maybe you know where Old Crow is. But we actually got a really big group of friends to like join on this package, right? And not everyone was staying in our Airbnb, but we were all kind of
like
were all gonna
hosting almost.
hosting. Yeah, we were all gonna start there at ours. And when I say ours, I just meant like the one that you booked. I remember you kind of like organized it and got everyone to like, you know, get the same package so we could all see each other at the same place. But I'm just going to start from the very, very beginning because this day was probably the first fight-ish that we had. I don't know if you remember this.
I do remember something. What was going on in the beginning? Yeah, you're going to have to remind me. But I do remember something.
Yeah, so that day I remember it was New Year's Eve again, so very busy in the morning. I don't know if I was like cleaning or like getting things ready for that night because I knew it was going to be like a night stay over there. So we weren't really talking too much. I just know that the day before we were like, okay, this is what time we'll plan to be there. Do you remember now? And so the day of, we weren't like, we had said good morning and stuff, but we hadn't really been like communicating too much during the day. Again, I don't know if we were just both like busy with stuff. And then when we were going to get ready to like get together to head to the city, you messaged me and you were like, hey, like, how's it going over there? And I'm like, good, I'm just going to shower. And I said, I'll be ready in like, I forget what time, like, I'll be ready by this time. He's like, that's the time I said I wanted to be there by. So I was over here still barely going to shower. And as you know, like, I wanted to be ready. So once we got there, we can just start the pregame and like, you know, get the games going. So it really threw me off. And one of my biggest, not pet peeves, but something that like I don't like is being rushed when I'm getting ready, especially for a special occasion. Like I want to be able to have like enough time. So not to your fault or anything, but we just hadn't really communicated that well that day. And we just, I guess, miscommunication from the day before.
Well, I don't know if it was miscommunication or just not
hearing
what I said.
No, because I feel like, you know what? We're going to argue about this. This is like 4 years ago at this point.
So we're going to be there at this time. So
and I thought we were going to leave at that time.
Well,
anyways, it's probably the way you worded it.
I don't know. But also,
what?
You do take time getting ready. So that's why maybe I should have said we're going to leave at this time. We're going to leave at this time. And not maybe, again, I have no idea what I said, but I want to be there at that time. So I give you a time that you need to be ready by. So we get there at the time that I said that we need to be there by, if that made any sense at all.
Anyways.
But I do remember that
okay.
Now that you're reminding me.
Yeah, so the point is that you wanted to be there at a certain time because we had friends who were going to go to the Airbnb and like you had the information. And I think we just wanted to be there first to like either set things up or just have people just like come in, you know, because people were going to start getting there. Time. Okay, shush. Anyways, so I remember like that feeling of like people are now waiting on me to get ready and it's going to take me a while because I showered like full body shower. I have to dry my hair. I have to do my hair. I want to do my makeup. I want to like make sure I have everything ready for the night. It just takes forever. And I don't mind it. I love the process of getting ready for a special occasion. But again, like it killed my vibe as soon as you said, get ready with urgency. I'm like, no.
Get ready with urgency.
That's what you said to me. I was like, then you go. I'm like, you go and I'll meet you over there because I didn't want people waiting on me. And I think that's what I said. I'm like, you just go without me. Go pick up your friends and go and I'll meet you over there. And very not ideal for me because I don't like driving in the city. And it would have been a waste like us taking 2 cars to get over there. Mm-hmm. Just, anyways, again, killed my vibe. And I remember we were like, I think you ended up saying like, it's fine. Like we're going to go to your friend's house and play games until I'm ready. Like play video games until I was ready. So you picked me up and it was all fine. Like it was fine, but I was already in a mood. I'm like,
That's how it started. That's how New Year's Eve started. But I mean, everything between, so after that and the actual everyone being at the Airbnb, like bringing everybody. I know I brought my my mom, I think, gave me like meatballs, or no, maybe I just had the what the hell is it called?
Is it pressure cooker?
Not a pressure cooker. It's crock pot.
The crock pot.
And I put some meatballs and barbecue. Those people love those freaking things. I'm like, I didn't really do anything, but it was a fun just being there. And we were playing the one game. Gosh, I can't remember. Jackbox.
Oh yeah,
the Jackbox game.
games,
So everyone's around the TV. Kind of you play with your phone and a bunch of mini games and stuff like that. So that was all fun. And then going to Old Crow.
Oh no, hold on. No, you're skipping a step here.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so point is, everyone starts getting there. The vibes are good again. I think we like laughed it off after that. Because again, this was our first ever like little, I don't know, like miscommunication that caused like frustration and stuff. Anyway, so we were all fine. It ended up working out because a lot of girls were still getting ready there. And so I found it super fun to like finish getting ready there. Drinks are going, the games are going. And then everyone started getting ready. So it was cool to see everyone start to change into their New Year's Eve outfits and coming out so like fancy. Everyone looked good. And we're getting ready. We're calling Ubers and stuff to head to the venue.
Yep.
And right before we leave, Adam, shout out to Adam.
Good friend of ours.
Had a camera because he liked carrying this big camera around to take pictures of everyone. So he, right before he left, he asked if I can go, or if someone could put his camera in a room because people were going in and out of this Airbnb, right? And so I go and I try to open the door to our room, and locked. Foreshadow. It was It was locked. I had locked this is what happened. When I was changing into my New Year's Eve outfit, like I said, there was a lot of people in this Airbnb, you know, because our room was on the bottom floor where everyone was just walking outside of it. Games are happening like right outside our room and stuff. Yeah. And so I remember when I changed, I made sure to lock the door. And this door was probably weird because it didn't close all the way. So I locked it from the inside, but it never closed all the way. And then someone from the outside, once no one was in the room anymore, fully closed it. That lock was still placed. So we tried to put his camera in there and it was locked. And now our night's like, whoo, it was back up here. And now it's like going back down here because now we have to leave to this party thinking, okay, now we're locked out of our room with all our stuff in there. Where are we going to sleep?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure we weren't like thinking that far because I ended up messaging like the owner of the Airbnb. Yeah. But they just hadn't gotten back to us. Yeah. But I don't know at what point they did though.
I know that they did. Well, so we left to the party and okay, now like once we're at the party, vibes are going back up again because now we're there. We're just like in the moment, like we'll figure it out. You message the person, so now it's just a matter of like hearing back.
Yeah, on New Year's Eve.
Which
not a deal.
Exactly, and that's why I am someone who tends to like in times like that. I don't think very optimistic, which I know sucks, and that's like a mindset I'm trying to change. But in my head, I'm like, this person's probably not even from here. They just probably have an Airbnb in the city. Like, how are they gonna come unlock this for us? Like. In my head, I was just thinking the worst. Like, So for the most part, even though we were fine again during that night, in the back of my head, I was still kind of like very like on edge or like frustrated until we heard back.
Yeah. And they eventually, they got back and they said that the extra key was just in the lockbox, gave us the code to the lockbox. So we knew
we're like, woo,
going back, we'd be able to get into our room, be able to, change out of our clothes and get ready. After a long night out of partying, drinking, dancing, all this stuff.
So hold on. I remember before
we knew we'd be back.
Yeah. So then I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, you're good.
I remember before we left, people were like crying. I don't remember who was crying. We were crying and people were like, I don't know what was
emotions
going on.
were swirling into the new
Emotions
year.
were high. So we're like, okay, we're gonna head back now. If you guys want to head back with us, we're gonna all go back. So I'm thinking like, oh, can't wait to get this key and get in the room and be like relieved that we get this door open. So we head back and we get the door unlocked.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. And I'm able to go in there and get my stuff, like change out of my New Year's stuff. And I remember I like went to the bathroom to like brush my teeth and stuff. And then I remember you were going to go in there now and get your stuff. And again, door is locked. And this time with all the keys, extra set and the first set in there.
Yeah, and that's where, like, I don't know if maybe I tried messaging the guy again, like, but there was no response. This time, the keys were on the other side of this door. You were at least changed, right, into your, getting ready for bed outfit. I was still in full-blown, ready to party mode, and it's getting late. We're trying different way, every single way that you could have seen in, like, a movie to open up the door. That coat hanger, like, using a little pin into the little keyhole, everything.
At this point, people are like coming back now, like trickling back into the Airbnb, and everyone sees that we're locked out again. And so many people are just trying all the different ways to like get this door open.
I'm sure I kicked the door, like a couple of like kick the door. Like I'm surprised. I kicked it big time. And like, if I have to pay for this, I don't care. I need to get inside here. So emotions are then running high again.
Yeah.
And it's getting late. Everyone else is starting to wind down. Some people were fighting over another room because someone said, I don't know, things I guess weren't sorted out before we had left. So that's happening over there. We can't get into a room. There are people crying. And, we're still locked out. And this Airbnb also had a kind of like a
patio?
Back porch patio to it, and there was a couch in there. There was not a very comfy couch, and honestly it looked like it was a little, I don't know, like it hadn't been swept in there a little bit, because it's kind of like the extra space that you
also it's like late December at that point.
Cold.
It probably hasn't been used in forever, so there was
True.
like leaves and stuff, and like just not a clean couch or anything. But
I ended up, I don't know, maybe someone helped me, but I ended up taking the couch that was
once. You know what I remember? I remember like the Airbnb was getting quieter. Like people were falling asleep at this point, and we had no idea what we were gonna do. Like we were trying for so long, and like Airbnb is getting quieter. We're like, what are we gonna do here? And so
me moving this couch in the middle of the kitchen on like the kitchen tile. And there's just a couch there. That was going to be our bed for the night. And for blankets, I believe we had some towels, if I'm not mistaken. Some towels.
Like bathroom shower towels.
And did I sleep like this?
Yeah, so
like,
this tiny couch, we couldn't like...
You couldn't like...
We couldn't lay down on it. Well, like both of us couldn't lay down on it. So you had... I was laying down on the couch, covered in bathroom towels, crying, and you were still full party mode in your little New Year's Eve outfit.
Probably like this.
Sitting up like this next to me, and you fell asleep like this. With your little party necklace that you had.
It was probably, I don't know, but that honestly sucked to like... have this fun experience, think there's some hope, you get into the room, that hope is locked on the inside of your room, you're on the other side, moving a dirty ass couch in the kitchen, and me sleeping like this.
And it was sucked. Was like, how did we get into the situation when we were like the ones who organized it all, claimed this, like not claimed, but like, cool, we got it organized, downstairs.
got everybody there, and we got screwed over.
Yeah.
How did we get that door open? What ended up happening?
The next morning, that the Airbnb host showed up with his set and was able to get the door open, but again, not until that next morning after we had already like cleaned up and we're just kind of waiting
for our door to be
stuff
open.
so we can just go.
Oh man, that was an experience. I don't know. We can laugh at it now, but
yeah,
if I try to put myself back in that space, I'm like, oh, that really sucked.
It did.
But then again, I more so remember everything that happened before it. Like, I still remember that stuff too, and that's where I knew it was like, it was a fun time. We were playing all those games. There's a lot of people. We organized this together to get everybody there. So it ended up being really, really cool.
Yeah.
That part just sucked. But again,
yeah,
it was a good experience up until that point.
Well, I think when I think about it now, it's like a funny story to me. So I wouldn't change anything. Obviously, we were all safe and it was all fine. But it did suck in the moment, like just sleeping in this cold kitchen. I woke up at some point like during the night and I just started crying again because it made me so sad to just see you sleeping like that, like sitting up still like fully dressed.
It's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny, but in the moment it made me sad. Like I hardly ever like feel like, oh, I feel bad for us, you know, but it was just funny in that moment, like covered in freaking bathroom towels in this cold kitchen and everyone's in like their rooms. So funny times. And I don't know, I guess like I said, I wouldn't really change anything, but
yeah, it's definitely something to talk about. I do not wish to sleep on a dirty ass couch in the middle of a kitchen with no blankets and sitting straight up like this ever again.
Yeah.
But it happened, and it's kind of funny to talk about, and it makes for hopefully good podcast discussion and stories to share.
And since then, we've had other sleeping on couch experiences, and at that point I'm like, oh, we're like an expert at this. Yeah, we got this.
we've slept in the most uncomfortable way, and now everything that comes after this will be a cakewalk.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's that was the new year going into 2020. I was about to do it again. 2020, and hopefully, you know, we just have good vibes and, you know, go, you know, end 2023 with, you know, just a good overall experience, which will be here this upcoming weekend.
Yeah. So crossing our fingers for positive vibes only. And you know what? Only. Since then, we've retired the New Year's Eve like packages. Actually, not all the way, but definitely if we do, we go in a more like a chill way.
You know what? It is fun going out to the city, doing all that stuff. This year, it's definitely going to be more of a low key vibe. But if a big group of people wanted to do it again, sure. If it's enough people, I think so. If there's enough people, if they really want to do it, maybe it's not the exact place, but I can see it, like getting dressed up is kind of fun. And
you're right, but I always feel like you could still do that and still have your circle of friends, you know, and just do it maybe less extra. I don't know. Maybe people like to do it big. I guess it depends on your style, but it is always kind of like I don't know, a big deal to like go to the city and like doing the Airbnb, and it's hard to organize with a lot of people sometimes. But you're right. I guess I'm not fully against it, but I do feel like we can just do that same thing, dress up in someone's like apartment, you know, we can all be safe and just have fun that way.
It'll be a lot cheaper too.
Or house.
Yeah, whatever's your preference. You know, go out, have a great time, have a happy new year. We'll be back with the new year, and we've talked about it. We're gonna try to be more consistent with this. Try to get more just content out there. And you know, I didn't say it's at the top of the show, but please go subscribe to the YouTube channel at Couples Coverage. We're also on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Apple Music. I guess
we can sing a song. I'll sing a song.
I guess you can sing a song. But we're on, honestly, anywhere that you download your podcasts, you can find Couples Coverage. So definitely go check that out. Give us a follow on Instagram and the good old TikTok. But we're gonna be back in 2024, new episodes, more consistent. And we're really looking forward to sharing more stories and just being a part of your everyday lives, hopefully.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening. And obviously we haven't been doing this for too long, but we just really appreciate everyone who tunes in. And it's been fun. It's been fun doing this.
You know, it was cool. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. We get like the recaps of where everybody listens to just with the podcast. And obviously we're on episode 19.
Yeah.
Currently downloading. And
we got like a little, like you know how you guys can do like Spotify rap? It was kind of like a podcast rap for us, and it let us know where, like, what countries people listen from, which is really cool.
Yeah, I found it right here. Obviously, Chicago's our most popular city, and that makes a lot of sense. But in 14 countries, like, that's pretty cool. Most of the downloads are obviously in the United States, but shout out to the 2 people in Australia, the United Kingdom, Canada. Let's go. Really appreciate that. That's awesome to see that. You know, something like this being, recorded and done in our apartment can go out and be everywhere.
It's true.
We really do appreciate that. That gave us a huge smile on our face when we saw that recap. And we hope to continue adding and growing to this as we keep doing these shows. But that's going to do it for episode 19. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Again, Happy New Year. And we'll see you next time. Adios.
Bye.